Today, we're reviewing the highly anticipated horror movie Weapons. From the director of Barbarian, is Zach Cregger's latest movie a success, or should Thanos snap this out of existence? Let's find out on the Late Night Movie Podcast. So you remember when I did it a few weeks ago, or months ago now, and Stephen's head was just floating on the intro.
Yeah,
It's
done that
happened
again.
again, but with Stephen's picture this time.
Oh my
Um,
god, it's so
it's
weird.
just it's gonna have to stay. It's not weird. It's because I made a mistake. But um,
Oh, okay.
hello everyone, and welcome to the 32nd episode of the Late Night Movie Podcast, your place for movie reviews, hot takes, and quiz shows. I'm your host Welchy, and joining me tonight are Mr. Pop Figures himself, Andy.
Hello guys, yeah, happy to be here. Very excited about this episode. Can't wait to get into our review of weapons and give you my opinion of whether Thanos should snap it out or keep it in.
And usually we're also joined by Stephen, but he is not with us tonight. He will give his opinion on weapons when he's next with us, probably. Actually, it won't be next week's podcast. We're going to that later, but it'll be in 2 weeks' time now.
Cool.
Um, so yeah, Andy, just me and you. How you been?
Yeah, been a bit rough today. Went to a party yesterday, so I have been hanging pretty much all day, but slightly been getting better and better throughout the day. So yeah, excited to get this podcast underway. So yeah, it was a good party, strawberry themed party yesterday, so that was fun. And then before that, obviously watched Weapons on Friday, so been quite a busy weekend. And then been chilling playing obviously Expedition and Mafia, which I'm excited to talk about in the gaming podcast later this week or later next week.
It will be
So
this
yeah,
week. Yeah, I'll talk about that tomorrow as well. But I'm stopping
okay,
around.
okay, cool.
Um,
What about you?
yeah, all good. Thank you. I guess I've told you. I think I've told people now. Um, the reason, so for everyone listening, we actually pre-recorded an episode of the movie podcast in the week, which is going to go out next week. The reason for that is because I was meant to be going on holiday this week, um, and that has now been cancelled. My daughter has got chickenpox, and she got it within. So the holiday company we're going to with Jet2, they have a policy where if you get more spots within 7 days of your travel, you're not supposed to travel. Um, and she had more spots 5 days before our flight, which, don't get me wrong, normally we would say, look, let's just cover her up and hide it, and she'll be fine. Like when we get there, because by the end of it, you're fine anyway. You're not really contagious.
Yeah, yeah,
But our concern is that it takes. I think once you get chickenpox, as in like when you first come into contact with it, it can take like 10 to 14 days to actually show up.
oh, okay,
And our concern is our son hasn't got it yet, but he's gonna get it.
yeah,
We
and
think at some point. It would have probably been while he was on holiday, and then
oh,
they might
okay,
not let
you
us
don't want to risk
back.
it.
Yeah, so
Yeah, you'd be stuck out there.
we thought let's just cancel it. So we've still got the pre-recorded episode. Just means we don't have to record one of them next weekend. Um, and but yeah, that's all my week. My last few days have been kind of looking after her, um,
That
and
must be like the worst timing possible, like to get chicken pox when you got a holiday book.
yeah, it's not been fun. We took a decision to cancel it. Knowing our luck now, our son won't get it. He'll just somehow not get it, and it would have been a waste of cancellation. But it's not worth the risk at this point.
No, better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah, if we just had our daughter, then we would have just risked it and tried to
Yeah,
stay away from people the first day or something. But yeah, no.
at
Other
least
than
you had
that,
a holiday a few weeks
it's
ago or a
yeah.
month ago
We
now, whatever it was.
we both said that if this was our only holiday, we'd have been more upset.
Yeah,
We're gonna
yeah,
try and maybe do one in October, but we'll see. Um,
okay.
but yeah, other than that, been good. A lot of gaming, watching some stuff as well, which we'll talk about today. Obviously, weapons. And yeah, I was trying to think of when my next cinema experience will be, and I don't know when it's going to be now. No, well,
Are
actually,
you
now
gonna
I'm not going on
watch
holiday. I might
together?
go and see together, yeah, because I
Yeah,
wasn't going to because of my holiday. I was going to wait till it just comes to streaming.
yeah, yeah.
But now it gives me a chance, actually. Maybe like the Monday, because I've still got my holiday off work. I'm going to bring some of the days back, so I don't have to use them
Yeah,
all. But I'm going to take a lot of it off still. Um, that's a good point. I could go and see together now. Actually, that's a really good idea.
you, I'll be rewatching it with Beth and some other friends. So
Yeah.
on the comes out on the Friday. I think we're gonna go on the Friday.
I feel like we could probably do an episode at late. later on in the year of like what the best horror film was, but it probably would give away our movie of the year podcast a bit as well. Um,
Potentially, but it also depends on there is a lot of other good films as well
yeah.
outside of horror, and hopefully there'll be more before the end of the year.
Hmm.
So although our top horror movie probably would get in our top 10,
I think a lot
it's
of
not.
our top horror movies will. Looking at the year it's been, like, I've not
Yeah,
seen them all,
so
but looking
far.
from what you and Stephen have been saying, obviously not including weapons yet because we don't know what you're going to say. Um, but Final Destination, Bloodlines, you like Bring Her Back. Um,
It has been a good year for horror.
Sinners counts as horror.
Yeah,
You both liked Megan. I don't think it's going to go into your top tens, but you know what I mean. Like, there's a
yeah,
lot of good horror films,
yeah.
and Heart Eyes you both liked as well.
Yeah. It's definitely been a good year for horror. So the fact that we can potentially do a top 10 episode for horror films this year
Easy.
is crazy. Just thinking about that anyway.
Yeah.
Because there's so many. And we haven't even got to Halloween yet. Like, how many films
No.
are they going to release around Halloween that are potentially going to be horror films?
Yeah. That's
Yeah, crazy.
forgetting films like Until Dawn counts as well. Obviously.
Yeah,
Companion is technically horror.
I think they classed it as a horror, didn't
Thriller
they? But
horror. Yeah.
I'd put it more thriller personally. But yeah, I love good
Well,
films.
we are obviously going to be talking about Weapons today, the latest horror movie. But before we do that, let's do a bit of housekeeping. Of course, this is the late night movie podcast. We drop new episodes every week, typically on a Tuesday. If you enjoy the podcast, please do consider following or subscribing on your favorite podcast service. And also leave a rating, as that really helps support the podcast a lot. You can follow us on all major socials with the handle at the LNG Pod. And you can join our Discord using the link in the podcast description if you want to chat movies, TV shows, and video games. If you're listening or watching on Spotify, you can also leave comments on there for us to read out. And of course, the podcast is now available on YouTube if that is your platform of choice. Our content schedule for the week beginning 11th of August looks like this. Tuesday, you'll get in this episode the Weapons review on the Late Night Movie Podcast. On Thursday, you're getting our Expedition 33 review. We're doing a special Expedition 33 review. Kind of fast track that one in there. It was meant to be something else this week, but we're pushing that back a week. And there may be a Mafia Old Country, what was it called?
Yeah, the old country.
The Old Country review in there as well from Andy. So keep your eyes out for that one. In terms of Twitch streams this week, there will be some. I just don't know what days are going to be because my week is all of a sudden free again, but not free at the same time. I might still do some bits. But probably Friday and Saturday at least, and then maybe another day or so in there. What game I'll be streaming? I don't want to spoil things, but it could still be Expedition 33. Or it could be Rematch. Probably only one of them two, to be honest.
So you push Blueprints out then, because I know you was thinking about Blueprints.
Only because Sword of the Sea.
Oh yeah, and having enough time to complete
Yeah.
it. And I feel like that is a game you would need to complete in like one go because it's a puzzle-based game.
I think it should
Whereas
as
like
well,
if
to be
you,
fair, so I can just get it done.
yeah, but if you
Oh,
like
you mean
pay half
Blueprints?
it and then
Sorry.
stop, yeah, Blueprints,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yes.
If you stop playing it and it went back to it, I think it'd be harder to pick up again,
Definitely.
like remind yourself of the puzzles and stuff.
Definitely. Finally, this episode is sponsored by Dubby Energy Drinks. Dubby have a wide range of different flavor energy drinks for you to choose from, and even have some caffeine-free options. If you want an energy drink for your long gaming sessions, then you can get a 10% discount on all Dubby products by using the code TheLNGPod at checkout. That's TheLNGPod for a 10% discount. Andy, I'm not going to lie to you. I text you both. Obviously, Stephen's not here tonight, so we've not got his song.
You're gonna say that song? You forgot.
I forgot as well.
Oh my god.
So what we'll do, movie podcast, movie song. I'll let you talk about a song that you want to
Okay.
add, and then I will
Yeah, I'll
try
do
and
mine.
think of one very quickly.
That is fine. So my song is from a movie that I've watched twice this year, and it came out this year. And it's a film that we just mentioned actually, and it's called Companion. And so it's the first time I heard the song on this film. They didn't, they had cut out the wording, so it was just the background music.
Okay, yeah.
But when I was listening, I was like, oh, that's really catchy. I don't know if this song just didn't play enough for it to get to the words, but obviously after I watched it, I was like, oh, I want to know what that song is. Googled it, and it's called Boy, and it's by a band called Book of Love. So yeah, very catchy tune. If you've seen Companion, have you watched Companion?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know the scene where they're all in the kitchen having a few drinks and they go out and start dancing.
Oh yes, 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 yes.
It's that song that they play over in the background. I just thought it was really catchy, so I thought, oh, you know what? And I quite enjoy it.
Cool.
It's on my one of my other playlists. So
I've added it in. Boy from the Book of Love. I made a playlist once of songs that I liked from movies. So I'm just gonna find that quickly. I'm sure I did. Otherwise, I mean, Steven's not here anyway, so we could just, oh my God, bring them at some point. But I definitely did this. I've got so many playlists,
is
Andy. It's embarrassing. I might have even deleted it.
any any films you've watched this year that sort of jump out for you? Maybe Sinners. I know you really like Sinners. Any music in that? 'Cause there's a lot of great songs in that.
Yes, Andy. Thank you so much. I am chucking that straight
Yeah.
in. So we are going to be chucking in. What an obvious answer. We are going to be chucking in "I Lied to You" by Miles
Okay.
Kenton, which is the song when like the room's spinning and it's all the different
Yeah,
eras of
yeah.
music. That's what we had to say with Sinners, and I was like, oh yeah, that one will do. There's two songs that
Yeah.
I have in my current playlist. I don't know why I didn't think of this. It's that one and the one when the it cuts to the outside and all the, this is a spoiler for Sinners, but I think people know now it's a zombies vampire movie.
Vampire. Yeah.
When they're all dancing around in like the fire, and
Yeah,
Jack
yeah, yeah.
O'Connell
Know what you
is
mean.
there singing.
Yeah.
Um, that song as well is really good. But yeah, we'll add I Lied to You to the playlist as well. Oh, I'm
Cool.
happy with
Get
that.
a
That's
decent.
that's really that's really improved the playlist. Cool. Yeah, we've got five
Well,
in
what
there
you said
now.
about Arsenal quizzes.
No, what I'm saying is we've got five
No,
songs
no,
now.
I'm joking. Yeah, yeah.
Because I actually listened to for anyone who hasn't listened to it, we've got one on the gaming podcast as well. I listened to that in the car the other day, and it finished before I got to my destination, and my destination wasn't even far.
Oh, yeah. That's what I haven't listened to it yet, but that's the main reason
Yeah,
because main time I listen to it is in the car,
yeah,
and then if it gets to the end of the playlist, I can't go to like another playlist. It just obviously messes up.
yeah.
So yeah. So once we get more songs on there, then I will give it like a proper go.
So as always, the link to that podcast playlist, our podcast playlist, will be in the description of the podcast. A lot of podcasts there, and soon we will be asking for your input. So you can either start commenting them in now, or at some point in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be adding a basically asking on Discord for people to send in their suggestions. So keep an eye out for that if you're on the Discord channel. Okay, good selection there, Andy. I think obviously we'll get Steven's one next time, but for now, let's move on to topic of the week. Topic of the week. And I completely forgot to put the topic of the week picture up, but here we are. It's
Oh no.
I'm very much not with it tonight. But anyway, let's move into our topic of the week then, and this is our review of Weapons. As always, we will start by giving our high-level spoiler-free thoughts on the film and giving our scores out of 10. We will then have a short section where we'll be talking about spoilers. I say short, every time we do this recently, it's at least half an hour. But
Yeah.
hopefully, because it's just me and you, it'd be shorter, but
Yeah.
there's a lot to talk about in this film. So if you do want to skip that, then check the description or the bottom of YouTube. You'll be able to see the different chapters. After the whatever the one is, it will clearly say weapon spoilers, and then the one after that you can just skip to that one. Or if you have seen it or you don't care about spoilers, obviously stick around because there's going to be a lot of juicy stuff in that spoiler section. But before we give our thoughts, let's look at a few stats and figures. Budget. Do you know what the budget is, Andy?
I don't. They're never like huge for horror films, I don't think. But I don't know, 40 million.
Oh,
I
very
don't know
good, Andy.
if that's
Very
what.
good.
Oh, that's
38.
fine. Okay, cool.
That's what I
Couple
saw
mil.
everywhere that I looked. Box office so far, and I only searched it about 4 hours ago, and I think it normally changes overnight. So
Yeah.
I guess technically that might just be Friday and Saturday. 70 million.
Okay. Oh wow, almost doubled their money then. So
Yeah, and has already beaten the yearly totals of films like The Monkey.
yeah.
Just
Oh, we forgot.
the Monkey's on like 68 million. So like,
Yeah,
but that's obviously the whole time it was out.
that's another horror movie we didn't like forget to mention earlier.
Yeah.
So,
It's beaten I Know What You Did Last Summer, which might still be out, but obviously this has already overtaken it.
yeah,
Until Dawn, Megan 2, which had a bad year, and Companion. It's beaten all of those films in its first weekend, or first 2 days. Um,
damn,
so it's looking
yeah,
good.
it's done really well.
It's looking good for them.
It's got good reviews, hasn't it?
Speaking of, Rotten Tomatoes, 96 when I last
I think
checked.
it's dropped down one now. I think it's on 95 when I checked earlier.
Okay. It was obviously on 100 at one point, then it dropped to 97, and it was like, 'cause that's where Sinners
Yeah.
is. So everyone's like, oh, which one's gonna, is it gonna drop or is it gonna go back up? Obviously, it dropped a little bit, but still, an
Oh yeah,
amazing
still an amazing
score.
score.
And when I checked, it had an audience score of 89, which
I
again,
think that's dropped down as well, slightly.
okay,
87 now.
still
Um,
very, very good.
yeah. And I wouldn't. What I want to do is go back and check when they actually started talking about these films, because these, like, obviously knew about Sinners at the start of the year, because obviously I chose it for a game. Weapons wasn't one that was on my
No,
radar at
not mine
all,
either.
or even altogether as well.
Well, I
Um,
know we're off topic here, but there's that film coming out called Him by Jordan Peele.
yeah, the
I had no
one
fucking
you
idea about
said.
that film. It looks amazing.
No, yeah, until I saw the trailer pop up when I
Yeah.
was watching another horror film. I had no idea that was coming out this year. So it'd be interesting to see when these films start getting like spoken about, whether it was before we done our choices for our game or after, because some films do just come out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do. Well, yeah, when we're doing our Rotten Tomatoes game next year, I'm gonna do more research because missing
Yeah,
out on
there's a lot
films
of hidden
like
gems out there.
Weapons is annoying.
Yeah, but if there's
Um,
nothing on it to
I
base
know.
your opinion on, then it's hard.
So I just opened Rotten Tomatoes. You're right. It's on 95 and then 87 for audience.
Yeah,
Still
still, like you say, great scores.
fantastic scores. And I think just if people remember from our last week's conversation, War of the Worlds is still on 0. I think.
No, it went up. I saw an article.
Oh,
It
did
said
it?
it's on 4% now. Yeah.
Damn, that's a shame. That would have been funny if it stayed on 0. Let me just search that, see if it's changed again. War of the
Yeah,
Worlds.
I was reading comments on it. I keep seeing clips on it now, and um,
Some of the clips I've seen
some
are
people are saying,
really bad.
yeah, there's one with glasses I saw where he like chucks his glasses on the floor, and then next clip they're back on his face. And I was just reading in the comments, it's like, well, he could have picked them up in that time that the camera like cut away. But yeah, it is funny what people are saying. Some people saying they enjoyed the film, and it's one of those films that you need to watch anyway. But when it's that low, it's like, do you waste your time watching it and then you don't enjoy it, or is it one of those films that you do watch and actually it's an okay film?
I saw someone comment saying having a Rotten Tomato score below 5% is the same for him
Yeah,
as someone above 95%. It's
yeah, I
like
saw that.
I
Yeah,
have to see both those
I
films.
get it. Yeah,
It's
because I
gone
do
down
want to
again
watch
to
the
3%.
Oh, okay. I did. There was a film that gets spoken about as like the worst film ever, and I did want to watch it just to see what it is about and why it's so bad. But yeah, because that can again make a fascinating sort of a conversation.
Well, there is on the front page of Rotten Tomatoes, there's a thing saying, what are the 100 worst movies of all time? With a massive
Yeah.
picture of Ice Cube from War of the Worlds. So it's obviously not going down too well. But anyway, we're not here
No,
to talk about that film. Letterboxd, 3.9 for Weapons.
very good, very
Very
good.
good. When Superman started, like this first weekend, it had a 4. So not as good
Okay.
as Superman according to Letterboxd audience.
Okay. But I need by 0.1.
Yes, yeah, very, very,
Not a
very
big
close.
difference, is it?
But that doesn't matter because what really matters is what we think. So let's go into it. Andy, you can start. What did you think of Weapons? And obviously round it up with a
Okay.
score out of 10 without spoiling, obviously.
Yeah. So obviously I'll go into more detail when we go into our spoiler part. And I've tried to do my notes a bit differently this time around in terms of going through different sections without giving away my overall thoughts, whether I like it or not, straight away. So yeah, I'll go through my points. I thought there was good elements of body horror in this, and I can't wait to talk about two particular scenes when we go into spoiler territory, because they were like, what the fuck? I
Yeah.
almost had to look away. But it was absolutely disgusting. The I liked the start of the film. I thought it was very mysterious, and I always say to you, I've mentioned it before in the horror podcast, when you don't know what the actual monster is or the actual horror thing is, then I find it a lot scarier. So obviously at the start of the film with the kids going missing, the whole mysterious part around that. Uh, Obviously that's not a spoiler because it's in the trailer.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what the story is about. These 17 kids going from a school going missing. So before you know why, pretty much the beginning of the film and maybe up to halfway. So I like the mysterious around that and some of the again the horror elements with there's a couple of jump scenes early on through certain scenes which I'll go into more later on as well. I liked what I don't know if this is going to be a spoiler, but I liked what they've done with the different characters.
So I've
And
listened to a few reviews since the film come out, and everyone's talking about that. So I don't think it's. I think you're fine to say that.
okay, so like I like when films do that
It's
where they
basically a
go into
different point of view from. You see events in different
yeah.
points of view. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like when it happens when you see the other person's point of view and the build up to that. I usually like that in films. I thought overall the cast was okay. The one person that stands out obviously is Julia Garner. Her character as a teacher. I thought she put in a great performance. She's
What a
been
year
very good.
she's having.
Yeah, sadly. So her performances this year have been incredible. Surfer, and what was
Wolfman.
the other film? Wolfman. So yeah, she's got a good range of films there that she's appeared in this year, and yeah, again, she puts on a brilliant performance in this film. I don't think there was anyone else that really stood out for me in terms of I thought their like performance was super super amazing. Like obviously I know it had Josh Brolin in. I thought he was okay. Um, the other teacher from Doctor Strange. Uh,
Yeah.
what's his name? I can't remember his name in the film.
His name in the film is Russell.
Russell? You sure? Is it not like
Marcus.
Teddy or
Marcus.
something?
Marcus. Don't know what.
Marcus, yeah, that's it.
Obviously, it's
I said Teddy, sorry.
Benedict Wong from.
Yeah,
It's his name is actually isn't his name Wong in.
yeah, it might be.
I think it is Wong in Marvel. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
Doctor Strange's mate.
yeah, so I thought he was good. I also liked the police officer. I haven't, I don't think I've seen in anything else, but I quite liked him. I'll put this both under positive, negative. There was some comedy to this, and there were certain parts of the comedy that I liked in terms of the police officer scenes, and then there's also some comedy that I didn't like, and it felt out of place, and that's more in relation to the ending of the film. Um, so yeah, I didn't like a certain part, and I'll go more into that when we go into spoiler territory. Um, I thought they introduced the main villain, I guess, too early. I thought I wanted that to be left more towards the end, which I think would have kept that mysterious like intensity until the end of the film. Um, I thought the build up was boring and slow, so I really didn't like the beginning
There's
of
a
the film.
theme. You like every film recently. It's just been, and Stephen said it on like Quake and stuff. Like slow build up board, and I was like, I'll go into my
Yeah,
thoughts in a minute, but I disagree.
I knew there was going to be some disagreements in this. I didn't think it was intense enough. All the scenes that I found good were bloody dreams and nothing else. Um, I don't feel like they gave a true conclusion to what was happening, why they were doing it. And I'll explain more as
Yeah,
well when we
yeah,
start talking about the scenes in proper detail. And I thought the ending was silly with a certain part, and it just wasn't. I was laughing, but I didn't want it to be funny because it was so stupid. Um, so yeah, overall, I didn't like this film. I came out. I went with my friend Hannah to watch it. I was like, turned around to her because I didn't want her to think it was like shit and wasted her time. She was like, "Oh, I enjoyed it." I was like, "Okay, thank God you liked it." 'Cause I thought it was shit. It was just too boring. The different perspectives, I like that idea. I thought they'd done it the way they'd done it. I thought they'd done it wrong. Could have used a better like scene where, yeah, I wanted them to do it with a different scene where you see the different perspectives still, but with a different point of the film. Um, like I said, the comedy parts of the comedy wasn't interesting. It was a very slow build up for me. The only parts I liked was with the teacher and certain parts that was happening with her. Everyone else was I found boring. So yeah, overall I didn't like this film. I thought as so many like this in comparison to Together. I thought Together was a lot better. I thought I Know What You Did Last Summer was a lot better. Bring Her Back, that's miles better. I can't believe this film got over 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. And I did what I normally do, went onto Letterboxd and clicked low to high just to see what other people say about it. And like obviously I know the majority of people like this film, so there's not going to be as many negative reviews. But when like I'm reading through them, I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I thought. So I'm glad to know I'm not alone um with my thoughts. But yeah, it was just long, boring, stupid ending. Boy, this film was hyped up a lot by the trailer, and I don't think it lived up to the trailer. So my rating for this film is 4 out of 10.
Oh, 4 out of 10. Let me add that to your list. So on par, controversially, on par with Anora.
Yeah, that was also a shit film.
And worse than The Quake.
Well, I gave Quake higher.
You gave Quake a 5.
I must, yeah, must. I at least the Quake had a more intense ending, and I
It did have a
enjoyed
good
the scenes
ending, yeah.
towards the yeah.
Interesting. By the way, before I go into my thoughts, you have seen The Policeman. I'm guessing you have because you've seen Solo, the Star Wars movie.
Solo.
Yeah.
I've seen all the Star Wars movies, so yeah. What happens in that one?
I don't know. I've not seen it, but there's one called Solo,
Oh, okay.
and I think he's the main. Oh no, he's not. Wait, what's his name? Alden Ehrenreich. Yeah, he's the main guy in Solo. He
Okay.
plays Han
Maybe I have
Solo
seen all them.
in Solo.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah. Maybe he looks different. I haven't watched Too I have seen Solo a couple times, so yeah, I didn't recognize him. So
he's also in Oppenheimer, but I didn't recognize him from straight away. Um,
I haven't seen Oppenheimer.
Cocaine Bear. I have not seen
I
Cocaine
haven't seen
Bear.
that either. Yeah.
And I think he's
Okay.
also
So
in Ironheart, which is obviously out now, but I've not seen it.
oh, the TV show.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, I don't recognize him.
cool. I We're gonna have a disagreement here, Andy, because I really like this film.
Yeah, I had an idea this was coming. So earlier when I was streaming, I said was talking about weapons. I said, "Oh, I don't usually put my score on Letterboxd until after the podcast, just not to ruin anything." And then I get a message from Big saying, "Oh, I love how different you and Welchy are on your opinions of films," and he sent a picture into our chat. I ignored the picture because I knew it was going to be weapons, but then by what he'd already said, I
Yeah,
thought, okay, I know I'd given it a 2 on Letterboxd. If it's going to be different, it's obviously going to be you're going to go positive on
higher.
it. So yeah,
Yeah. It was a weird film though. One of those ones where I come out and I was like, did I really like this or did I not like this? I couldn't. The immediate thoughts of like something like Fantastic Four, even
yeah,
Superman. What else was in the cinema that I loved this year? Can't think of the Monkey. I come out of all those films
yeah,
thinking I had a fucking great time.
you
I
know what you
really
think
like
about it.
this film, yeah. And I come out of this
Yeah,
thinking I don't know yet. And the more I think about it, the more I think I did really like this film, and it is very clever. Um, I really liked the different point of views, but again, when it was happening, I was like, "Huh, I was not expecting this. I wasn't expecting to see different point of views." And I've not seen
yeah, yeah.
Barbarian, by the way, so I don't know if there's any similarities or anything like that. But um, and I also wasn't expecting any comedy. This was kind of
Yeah.
being hyped up as the horror movie of the year, and I
That's
don't
what
think it
disappointed me
is in
most.
terms of horror,
No, definitely isn't.
but I think it's a great movie. I kind of enjoyed the mystery of it at the beginning. I know you said you thought it was slow build up. I actually thought it was quite good,
Yeah,
and
but
they chucked in big moments like I can't do that because spoilers. I'll do that in spoilers. But there were some big moments
yeah,
they
yeah,
chucked in, and then they go and show you the point of view of how they got to that point, stuff like that. And I quite liked those moments. Um,
yeah,
Obviously, the main premise of this film, everyone knows it. It's the kids go missing, and it's just figuring out who did it or what did it. Um, the outcome
you better
is
enjoy the ending, man.
I like the ending. I like the actual ending of the film, but as in the what was happening, like why the kids got abducted and stuff. I'm not 100% sold on that. It's like how you feel with like films like Smile when you see the monster.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought when
With
I was watching
this,
this.
it's different, obviously. I can't go into the
Yeah,
spoilers, but I was a bit like, huh, I didn't really think of that, but now you said it, it's so obvious. But
yeah,
also,
yeah,
would I have wanted it to be something else? I don't know. But forgetting that, the performance of that character, I thought was amazing. You didn't pick up
yeah.
on that character. I don't want to say their name or anything
No,
because it's a
yeah,
big spoiler.
yeah, sadly.
But I thought that character was amazing. I thought Julia Garner's having the year of her life. Obviously, she had a great couple of
Yeah,
years back in Ozark, but now she's really into the movies now and had a very good year, I think. I don't think she's going to win awards. I don't think her performance has been like award winning, but I think she's had a fantastic year. Um, I did like, what's his name? Josh Brolin? Yeah, Josh Thanos. That was my joke
yeah,
earlier. Um,
yeah, yeah,
I did like the policeman, the one from Han Solo. Benedict Wong was good. Like, he's a good actor,
yeah.
but it wasn't like, I wouldn't go back raving about how good he was. I think he's pretty consistent all the
He
time.
played his part.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Looking at the list of characters, they were the main ones. Yeah, they're the main ones for sure. But I enjoyed all, and the little kid was good. He for what his role was.
yeah.
I thought he was good
Alex.
at doing it. But yeah, overall, I had a really, really good time. I liked the different point of views, as I said. I liked the comedy. It wasn't. I think we had a bit like a discussion about this with the monkey, where the monkey probably went too far on the comedy, which I liked. And I think it's you or Stephen or both of you were like, you wanted it to be a bit more horror, and I completely understand that.
Yeah,
I think this film is more in the middle. It's not your. I haven't seen it, but I'm guessing Bring Her Back is much scarier, or Together, or whatever.
yeah. I don't remember. It's not. I wouldn't say it's more scarier, but it's definitely more intense and there's more intense scenes. But then there isn't. I don't remember any comedy scenes at all
Oh
from
no,
Bring Her Back.
but they're purely horror. Whereas this is
Yeah,
almost like secretly, without knowing beforehand, it's almost secretly a slight horror comedy. Nothing like the monkey. The monkey is very much almost comedy first, horror
yeah,
second. This is more horror elements first and a bit of comedy sprinkled in. Um, and I liked that. I liked how they did it. And yeah, overall, I was just very satisfied. I think it's a very well done film. I thought the acting was brilliant, and I might go and watch it again. And I don't do that often, but
others.
I want to go and watch it
Oh
again to
my
see if I can
God.
see
That's
different things. Because I found this film fascinating.
it is usually better to watch horror films twice because there is usually a lot of hidden like hints throughout the film. Like with Companion, when I went back and watched that, there was loads of hints. Sort of the way that they planned the wording of when they're having conversations was very
Yes.
smart, and I picked up on that when I watched it the second time because obviously then you already know. Um, and yeah, that's the same with I want obviously I'm gonna go watch it together again. I think there'll be more in together that I'll notice second time around. And yeah, I think you usually do pick up on other bits when you're watching it the second time, obviously knowing what you know from watching it the first time. So the thing is like I just didn't enjoy it. So it's like, can I go if I go back and watch it a second time, know what I know, will I enjoy it more? Or will I just hate on it even more? So it's a tricky one for me.
I'm not definitely going back. It's just that I might go and take Taylor to go and see it. Um, but yeah, I thought it was a creepy film. I'm not saying it's really scary, but like it just the way the kids ran and other characters did.
Yeah,
I
I like
like
the
that kind
run.
of shit creeped me out. Um, and just like you said, the dream sequences were creepy. You knew it was a dream, but it was still creepy. Um,
Yeah,
and then like some of the bits towards the end were creepy as well and disgusting. Some of them. But I want to get into those
yeah.
points.
I
So I
can't
feel
wait to
like it's hard to talk about this film without really going into the details of what happens.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
Oh, double my score. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Which looking at my list, I kind of put it on the level with the monkey, which I wouldn't, if that makes sense. I would think I'd say I preferred the monkey, but I really come out of that film loving the comedy of that film.
Yeah. The the issue I have with this film is it's one of the scariest trailers I've seen for horror movies. And when you're watching it, it shouts out like horror for me. Especially horror films are more scary when kids are involved, like with
Yes.
Annabelle and like The Ring with the Girl. Um, I generally they're more scary. I think mostly towards everyone. But the fact then you're watching it and actually it's not, people are saying, oh, it's horror movie of the year. You've got this really scary trailer. You then jump into it and they're doing like silly comedy with it on certain parts, and it just wasn't as scary as what there's making out. And I think automatically that plays on your mind. Whereas like with Megan 2, they don't hide away from showing the comedy in the trailer, and you know it's moving away more from horror from the trailer. So when you go in and watch it, you're not expecting a horror film. You're expecting maybe horror comedy or just comedy. Um, but because that film doesn't show any of that, you go in thinking this is going to be the scariest film you've watched this year, and it was just wasn't anywhere near other horror films that I've watched this year.
But was it the trailers saying, like, are they saying it's the, or is that what you're hearing that it's this horror movie of the year? Do you know what I mean?
Uh, I get what I think they don't obviously specifically say in the trailer that this is like horror. Maybe they do have it
Yeah, maybe I can't
a
remember.
review on there, but I don't remember that anyway. But in terms of like the actual trailer itself, when I'm watching, I was thinking, oh shit, this is. I thought I was gonna like this film better than Together based on the trailer, and then obviously the reviews came out. I was like, okay, we've got something special here. And then I'm watching and thinking like, this is nowhere near the other horror films I've watched this year in terms of it being an actual horror film. And like, I've obviously come to appreciate a bit more that horror films aren't all about horror. With like Together, I really enjoyed it, and I don't think that was particularly scary. But I just didn't like the story on this film at all. I just thought it was too silly. And then the way they, maybe not the end, but a part leading up to the end where they tried to be funny with it. I think everyone was literally laughing their heads off. But it was just so stupid after like all the build up, and I was like, don't know how I feel. I was laughing, but I wanted it to be a scary horror film because that's what the trailer gave me those vibes. And then obviously it's been quoted as horror film of the year, and it's like, yeah, I'm not too sure.
I know what you mean, but I think that's more your expectation than the film's fault, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah,
if you just went to the cinema one day and didn't know this was a film, and you
yeah,
saw it on the list and go, oh, okay, I'll watch that, whatever. It's a 15. You ask the person at the thing, they say, oh, it's like a little bit of a comedy. No, they say it's a horror film. That's what they say. I
yeah,
guess
yeah,
saying that, you go into it thinking it's scary, but I don't know. I just think if you went into it knowing nothing, you might have had a different experience. Maybe.
yeah,
Obviously, that's hard to
potentially,
do
but I
because we
still,
are in what we do. We don't go into any film really knowing nothing.
yeah, it's tricky. It is tricky because obviously we go to the cinema, we see the trailers for these
Yeah.
films. That usually decides whether we're going to go, or at least for me, whether I'm going to go watch it or not. The trailer shouted out to me this was going to be one of the scariest films of the year, and it's like, do films do that purposely? Put all the scariest bits in, which can then be out of the way in the first sort of 2 minutes of the film, and then that's it. Um, yeah, it's a tricky one. Maybe my opinion would have been different going in with lower expectations, but they set the bar with obviously the reviews and the trailer that this was going to be a great horror film. So, and I just didn't get it from that. So, have to go with what I know.
I've just remembered a massive detail that I forgot to tell you about. So
Okay.
I went to this cinema, and it was the first time I ever experienced 4DX.
Oh yeah, shit.
Yeah, I went and saw.
See, that might have changed your that
No,
might have
no,
made
it didn't.
your
I didn't really like the
no.
4DX.
You didn't like it. Okay.
um, so it's funny. This is going off topic now, but obviously went into it, and I thought 4DX meant it was 3D as well, like 3D
Okay.
and the movement. And I had my glasses like
Yeah, yeah.
over my top.
Ready.
It wasn't
Yeah, yeah.
3D, um, but they showed a few like the trailers for the film, whatever, and then it kind of screamed at black, and then they had like the Lynx Africa advert or one of the Lynx adverts, and
Okay.
they clearly made this advert and started the 4DX with this. And I swear to God, I
Yeah.
almost fell out of my seat. It was like throwing me around. I was like,
Did you
I
did you
thought
smell it?
I thought it'd be, and I was having a drink, and I was like, shit. um, and I thought 4DX would be more like a little bit of movement, you know what I mean? A little bit of like maybe like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
few puffs of smoke or something, or like a noise by your ear or a bit of water. It was like a
Yeah.
fucking
It was full
simulator.
out.
It was sending me everywhere. And then there was another trailer. It wasn't for every trailer, but there was another trailer for I can't remember what now. But there was like a car sequence, and it was like going this way, and I was going that way.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know
I
if I'm gonna like this. And in the film, it wasn't used all the time because it's not that kind of film. It's a lot of
yeah, I was
slow
gonna say
moments.
how yeah.
But some of the jump scares, they would like there'd be like a massive like a shining like flash of light in the
Okay.
cinema. So it's obviously meant to be like an extra thing, and I was like, I don't want that. Like you're kind of like
No, yeah, it
obstructing my
takes you
view.
away from. Yeah, I get
Um,
you.
Obviously there's a raining sequence in the film, heavy rain, and I was
Yeah.
getting rained on. I was like, I just don't want this experience. I don't want to be rained on. Some of the
No.
movements were good. Like there's a sequence in the film in the car, the police chase,
Yeah.
and that was the
Yeah.
first time I was like, oh, this is pretty fucking cool. Like the police chase scene was
Yeah.
cool, and I think a film like that, like where it's
Yeah.
more based on that, would be pretty intense. But for this, I wouldn't rush back for 4DX. Put it that way.
No. You can sort of like get an idea of what films would be good to go watch 4DX in. Like once you already seen, obviously you hadn't seen the film before Weapons, so you don't know if the 4DX is going to be good for it. But I can
No.
imagine films like Final Destination being really good with 4DX in terms of like the roller coaster scenes, the car scenes, the
Right. Yes.
crashes, all the accidents and stuff that happen in. Yeah, I can imagine the effects on those films. It would make it better. But yeah, definitely after watching Weapons, I can't see that
Yeah.
being used to great effect.
It's probably not the best first film for 4DX. Um,
Yeah,
Something like Superman, I was thinking about going to because like just I only went to it because the time was just the best time for me to go. Um,
yeah,
and at the time, Superman might have been that as well, but I eventually went to see it another time. That might have worked better. Some of the flying scenes, the fighting scenes, but I just want to sit there and relax and enjoy it. And it sometimes
yeah. I get what
it
you
sounds
mean.
bad. Maybe it wasn't as bad as it is, but I was generally holding on. I was like,
Scared you're gonna go fly. You
yeah.
put your seatbelt on.
Especially when you're there on your own, you worry that everyone's gonna laugh at you. Like everyone else
Yeah,
is like, most people are with people. Um, so yeah, that was my 4DX experience. But let's move on to the spoilers of weapons. So anyone who doesn't want to be spoiled, obviously skip ahead to the next section, and what will be what we've been watching recently. But if you're not worried or have seen the film, obviously stick around because we're about to spoil the hell out of this film. 3 second warning. We're moving on to spoilers now. So, where do you want to start, Andy? The end or the beginning?
I think we start with the mysterious character
Oh
that we couldn't really
yes,
say
yeah,
much about. Um, so I don't know if you thought the same, but there are certain points where I saw this person and thought it was a fucking clown, like
yeah.
doing some silly shit. Like I think it was James,
Saw it in the field
the
or the woods.
yeah, and you just see her like waving like this, and I'm thinking like, what the fuck is that? Like, is it is it actually there, or is it like
Yeah,
a smile two or smile one situation?
yeah.
Um, and then when it gets revealed that that's the auntie, like there was I had a lot of questions after this film, whether she was actually part of the family or whether it was someone that pretended to be the auntie, just to then obviously use that family to try and
The mum
live
seemed to
longer.
say it was her
Yeah, but
sister,
there was a conversation that they had where they said, I think they was either talking to Alex or the dad was talking to Alex in the car.
saying
He
that.
was like, "Oh, your aunt, yeah, the auntie's coming over to stay." But then there's also parts where there's like, "Oh, we haven't seen her in 15 years.
Yeah,
She didn't come to the wedding." So that sort of put thoughts into my head that potentially it's someone pretending to be the auntie. She could have obviously changed a lot in those 15 years as well. Um, and then yeah, it turns out to obviously be a crazy woman who's doing all these rituals. I don't think the thing I didn't like was I think they introduced her too early in terms of actually seeing her. So I thought it would have been better if you kept having these people go missing, maybe like show it linked to the house, but then not actually give her away. And then if she was revealed more towards the end, I think I would have liked that. But that is obviously something I don't enjoy about horror films anyway. Once you find out who it is, or like once you see the physical monster, it's then not as intense or scary. Um, but and then obviously the scene at the end with her running away from all the kids, it's like
I
I
love
was
that.
laughing.
I love that scene.
It was funny, but it was so stupid. And it's like after like everything she's gone like just done and like being serious with her rituals and the bell, and it's like and then all of a sudden she's like screaming, running
But
away. Like
she is weak. Like the whole point of what she does is because she is weak and she needs
yeah,
the way I understood it is she needs to almost not feed off them, but almost like magically feed off them. She's obviously If people in here will
Yeah,
probably know by now, but she's a witch, which I thought was good. Like they called the teacher a witch at the beginning,
yeah,
and it
yeah,
turned out that it was a witch, just wasn't the right one. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, she obviously needed to use her magic or to have people under her spell to
yeah.
kind of stay
To have,
alive. Um, so when Alex was it the kid
yeah,
when he broke that bond or didn't even break the bond, he kind of ordered them to attack her, and she could sense that. She knew
yeah,
it was
yeah,
over because for her
yeah.
to
She's like,
well, she knew she was weak, and also to stop it, she would have had to have done all her whole ritual, which she knows she can't do when she's got 17 kids running after her. Um,
yeah, exactly.
so I liked it. It made sense to me. I get that you find it silly, but then the way they kill her is fucking gruesome as well.
Yeah. So I like that. Obviously, that was part of the body horror that I liked. It's just, I think it was just like the way that they put the like her facial expressions on her when she was like running through. They made it seem like a silly like chase. Like whereas like you've got the kids smashing through the windows, which I thought that's
That was cool.
quality.
That
They
was
like
cool.
they're, they're still under a spell. They don't give a shit if they get hurt or not. They're just smashing through houses. That's really cool. But
Almost
then
had
you
like
see
28
her,
years later vibes. You know what I mean? Like just like
yeah,
the zombies running.
yeah, yeah, exactly. But then, like every time it cut to her, she was doing some sort of silly body expression, and I get like she's an old lady technically, sort of running, and it wouldn't look, she wouldn't be sprinting away. Obviously, her run felt a bit silly to me, but I was laughing at it. But I didn't want it in the film, sort of thing. Whereas like the kids running and smashing through things, I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And but yeah, when obviously they bloody rip her head in half or whatever. That was like watching. I was like, oh my god. Um, yeah, that was good. But I wanted more of that. Those are the things I like and enjoy, and that's what I thought we was going to get from the trailer, as well as more. I thought there'd be more creepy elements with kids involved as well.
Yeah,
Whereas once they went missing, they're just stuck in the basement and don't actually. And then the couple of odd scenes where the kids, people go down in the basement and see them. Then I don't think they're really utilized to their full potential, other than in the dream with the teacher where she's like walking into
classroom
the
with all the
classroom
yeah.
and then she sees like one of them at the
Well,
back of
it's
the
Alex,
classroom
isn't
and
it?
it's very
Alex has the
creepy.
smile. Yeah,
Yeah. Whereas I wanted more of that with them,
yeah.
but they're just stuck in the basement the entire film.
I get that, but I can't. They kind of use the parents as that kind of creepiness because
Yeah,
obviously the teacher
yeah,
sees them through the crack of the window. James goes into the house
uh,
and sees them. I thought that was a funny moment.
yeah, yeah. I like those.
James was a surprisingly funny character for me.
Yeah, I did like him, and like I said before, the comedy I did like was with him and the policeman when he gets stabbed with an. And he's like, "Have you got
I
anything
looked
sharp
away
in
when he
your?"
did that because I knew it was going to happen. Like, because obviously you're thinking
Yeah,
it's the witch,
the witch. Yeah,
and as soon as you saw him, I was like, "Nah, it ain't gonna be the witch. It's obviously
yeah.
gonna be the fucking
No, yeah,
policeman again." And obviously it
yeah.
was, but
I do.
I thought it was going through the eye. That's why I was like looking away,
Yeah, yeah.
obviously just below the eye. But I kind of
And
thought
he's
maybe the
asking him,
policeman
"Have
was
you got
a
a?"
like a former addict because of like obviously he was going to
Okay, the way.
Anonymous, um,
Yeah,
and he was really scared
potentially.
of being by his needles. But it just turns out he's just scared of getting AIDS, which
Yeah,
you
yeah,
would be if a drug dealer stabbed you with a needle, or
yeah,
not
yeah,
drug dealer, druggie. Um, but yeah, they obviously used the parents quite well for the creepiness,
yeah.
and
And
I really liked it when we got finally to see Alex's point of view at the end, where we found out how that happened. I loved that.
yeah,
Like from that moment
because
on,
that
I was like, "This is so cool."
yeah, there were some parts of the point of views that I liked. So like when the teacher meets the policeman in the bar, whatever, they're having a
Mm,
conversation, and he's
what's wrong
got
with your
his
finger?
fingers. Yeah, and she says, "What's wrong with your finger?" And he's like, "Oh, it was just a work incident." And then obviously you get his point of view, and you see actually they got stabbed by a needle. So there are like certain parts in that I like to link up with. I just thought I just thought they could have done that better as well with different scenes. But I did like it when it did go to Alex, and you sort of get the full like unfolding story of it, why he didn't tell anyone to begin with, or like why he didn't go to the police and sort of finding out um, that he was basically tracked by this witch as well, and using his parents, torturing his parents to stop him from saying anything. Um, I also thought like when he was doing the ritual that he was doing that to get his parents off him, but then obviously when he Sorry, there's a bug flying on me. When he snapped it and then you see all the kids like start to run, I was like, oh, okay. And then, but then he
Because
still
he
got
took,
got to get out.
if
That's
you remember, he when he's running around, he grabs the stick out of the plant, but he also grabs her wig. So
yeah,
he's
it was
using
all
her
happening.
wig to make them go after her.
Yeah, but how? Like, there was nothing to indicate that it'd be the kids going
Yeah,
after
I
her,
didn't know
not
it
the
was. I
parents.
didn't know it was a stick. That stick was the kid's one. I guess the only sign of that
Yeah,
was because it was in the massive tree, and it was like there's probably a couple she could have
yeah,
taken. He probably didn't know. He probably just took one, hoping that probably was hoping it was his parents' one. To be honest, um,
yeah,
I
yeah,
had a really bad feeling that after like they obviously they was basically needed that witch to die for them to snap out of their whatever you want to
yeah,
call
yeah.
it. Um,
Their ritual,
I had a bad feeling
their trance.
when Julia, that's her name in real life, right? Not a, it's Juliet. It's got a
Yeah,
really similar name in the film. When she was walking up the stairs at the end, I had a
yeah.
really bad feeling that it was too late and the parents had killed their own son.
Oh,
And
okay,
obviously, it
yeah,
hadn't happened that way. I quite liked though that the effects of what she had done had continued, as in like the
yeah.
parents
They
were
did not
had to
stop.
they couldn't talk anymore. They were like the kid had to go away because they couldn't look
Yeah,
after him, and all the kids had to relearn how to talk and stuff. I thought that was really cool. Obviously
yeah,
horrible, but like it wasn't like they could snap out of it. Oh, we're back and it's fine. It's like actually no,
yeah. It
it's
has long
really
lasting
fucked
effects
you up.
going
Yeah,
through that. Yeah, yeah, I do like that as well because they even said like some of them
I've
did
only
like
just
they'd only said that some of them had just started talking.
after a year.
So
Yeah,
potentially, yeah. So potentially they could do like another film further down the line where like one of the kids is older and they like haven't fully snapped out off that trance and then they end up being a witch or something. Um, but yeah, I like the bit when Alex was like running around the house as well, getting chased by his parents. Obviously, he knows the layout of his house and he
yeah.
was being like very clever, obviously grabbing the ritual and doing all of that. Um, it's just yeah, I just thought the build up was too long. That was the issue. It
So did you not like the bit when Josh Brolin kept fighting James in the kitchen? Like James kept coming after him and he'd throw him over, then he'd keep going back.
they done it too many. I thought they'd done it too many times. It just it that was another bit, yeah, where they tried to be funny. I thought, okay, do it two, three times maybe. They must have done it like five, six times where it makes that stupid scream every time he gets up. He's like, starts
That's
running and
because
trapped him.
he's literally has to. He can't stop until he's dead. Like, or
Yeah, I do get it. I just think they've done it too many times. And the thing is, like, I was laughing at it to begin with,
so it
and
worked on
it's
you,
like,
really. It worked.
but I did. That's the issue though. Like with the trailer and then these moments, I don't think they're aligned to give you a true sort of understanding of what you're going in to watch. Whereas, like, I think other films have shown it was the same with 28 Years Later. Obviously, I don't think the trailer was shown as. I know you're going to disagree because you like 28 Years Later, but for me, the trailer was so good. And then watching the film in comparison to what they showed in the trailer, I came out getting a different feeling from it. And when there has been so many good horror films this year, there's a lot to compare against as well. Um, so yeah, although those bits were funny, I just don't think it was like it wasn't right for me for them to be in the film like that. Whereas like the other comedy bits I did find funny with the police officer and James, I thought that was really good, that comedy. I thought that suited the film well. Um, there was just yeah, those parts it just seemed too silly, which is why I was laughing at it. It wasn't because it was like really funny. It was just what I was like, what the fuck's going on here? This like that sort of like laughing at it.
So what was the? You said there was like two body horror moments for you. What was the other one?
With the police officer peeling him with a
The
fucking potato.
potato peeler. Yeah.
Yeah, that was disgusting. When
I had
she
to
done
look
it the first
away. She
time,
did it so slowly. It wasn't like it was a quick one. She literally went.
no, yeah.
"Arr."
And could she not see that he wasn't reacting to the first kill?
So she
She
did it
then does
again.
it again. Yeah. Like, you're kidding me. He obviously that's not gonna kill him, is it? It's just she's just like peeling his face off, and obviously seeing that was disgusting.
I did think that with the second one. I was like, come on, it's not working. Give up.
Yeah, and then obviously she fucking shoots him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was those moments that I did like.
Did you not
But
like it
they
when
left it too late.
Marcus or Benedict Wong was headbutting his boyfriend
Oh yeah, yeah.
Invincible
So
style?
yeah, 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 exactly. No, yeah, there were obviously not saying that the film was entirely shit. Obviously, I said there was good elements of body horror in it, and those are the three examples of it. I just think because the build up was so long for me and I didn't like it, they then left it too late to. If it felt like it got to the last 10 minutes and you had a lot happen, which I enjoyed, but then they've done that silly run with the woman, with the witch, and I thought, oh fuck's sake.
Well, I
So they
think
sort of,
I think really it is a really short story. It's just lengthened by them having different points of view. Because if it was just I'm kind of Julia Garner's point of view, the film's over in less than an hour. Because like it, well, I guess we don't see everything in that point of
yeah,
view, but it can be the story is short. Like from the day at the school at the beginning where the um
oh yeah,
to the actual finding is pretty short. Obviously, it's already a month in. Um, but for example, I like seeing different point of views. I think it's the Josh Brolin one where at the end he confronts her at a police petrol station, and all of a sudden, Marcus is running it over the
yeah,
T post structure, and I was like,
yeah,
oh shit, what's made him like go crazy? And I automatically
yeah,
thought,
and then
okay, well,
obviously
she called him about the house, so he must have gone in there, and obviously it turns out it was a different way. Um, but the way his eyes were, and like he was just gunning for us, like
yeah,
this is what I'm here for. Um,
yeah. There-
and the way
There's a
he
moment
dies
when
was interesting
he,
as well, obviously.
yeah, when he was running towards Julia, I thought he was like a school kid at first. You don't obviously
From
see
a
him running
distance,
it from a
yes, yeah.
distance. I thought, oh shit, that's one of the kids. I thought, okay, something's gonna get interested here. But obviously, as it gets closer, you realize it's Marcus, and then obviously get his story of how he's got to that point. So there were like certain parts that I did like, but yeah, I just think I think it took too long for them to get to that part where they showed all the other point of views first. Um, it's weird because obviously there's parts that I like about it, but then it was just maybe I would enjoy it more if I watched it again. It's weird because I'm saying I enjoy all these parts about it, but
Do
I
you
just
like
felt the start
individual
was too long.
scenes, but like as a
Yeah,
collection and
the
as a
overall
story? Yeah,
collective. Yeah, exactly.
I kind of get
Whereas if
that,
they'd
but
done more of that,
I don't know, it just worked for me. I liked as I said, the mystery of not knowing. Yes, you find out who's doing it and what's doing it in terms of like it's a witch. But then I was
yeah,
interested in, okay, but how does she get 17 kids under her control? Obviously, you find that out. And just, I was interested in all of it, and obviously how they're going to finish it off. Um, the whole witch thing, it's weird because we like Vampire Diaries. I never finished it. I watched it twice to the exact same point, but it's another story. Um, so I said it with Sinners earlier in the year, like, I love Sinners. I'm still not
yeah,
sure
I
if I
love them.
like vampire the side of it. Like I don't, it's not scary to me. Like vampires are just
Yeah, yeah. No, no,
not
it's not
that
scary.
scary,
Not
and neither are witches. But I still like this. Would I prefer it to be more supernatural? Maybe, but then it sounds weird because witches aren't real. But this felt more realistic, other than like some mystical being, which is like some supernatural thing, which is
yeah.
less realistic.
Technically, technically, you could say it's a woman who's kidnapped 17 kids and she's keeping them down in the basement.
Yes.
She just hasn't had to like tie them up or lock them down.
Yeah.
She's just done it by obviously doing a spell. Whereas, like, as soon as you find that out, I think then that took away a lot of the intensity for me. It's like, oh, the kids are just down in the basement in this house.
Yes.
There was parts that I thought like, I was like, oh, why? Surely the police would have searched their house, and then obviously it shows the scene
She
where
moved
it
them. Yeah.
explains why they haven't. Yeah, so I did like bits like that, but yeah, as soon as she's revealed as the witch, and then she's just like a more of like a psycho woman, it's like yeah, it just was it wasn't. I didn't like that part of the story. Like there was one bit where you mentioned Barbarian earlier, and I don't think it was similar in terms of the way that they've done the story or the point of views or anything like that. But there was a bit when Alex first sees her, like he's like creeping the door open,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and then you see her on the bed. That literally screamed Barbarian, like looks to me the way she looked there, and I was like, oh shit, you can tell that's from the director of Barbarian just with that scene. Um, but if you saw her more in that state, maybe I would have found it more scary.
Yeah,
Whereas you just see her as like a crazy auntie pretty much throughout the film
yeah.
until yeah.
I
So
did.
yeah,
I guess for me, this is almost like a secret horror comedy. Like you don't. I didn't go into it expecting any comedy, and there's quite a
yeah,
few comedy scenes. Like when she goes to meet Benedict Wong or Marcus, um,
Oh, the
And
bowl
she,
bit.
yeah, she said,
Yeah.
"Oh, can I have some water?" And she let them.
Yeah, yeah.
Find a glass. She said, "No, a bowl." And I was like, "Fucking what?" As
Yeah.
soon as she said bowl, though, I was like, "Oh, you're a witch. Like, you're gonna do some
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
spell here." Um, but yeah, I really liked it. I really liked seeing how she got the parents under control and then like stabbing themselves with the forks. That's how
Yeah.
she convinced the
That's
kid to like not do anything wrong because
not
he
say
obviously
anything.
didn't want the parents to be hurt. I thought most of the questions I had were answered. Like I can't really think of a question that I have now. There's one weird scene in Josh Brolin's dream when
Yep.
there's like over a house. There's a. It looks. I thought at first it was going to be some sort of like alien ship hovering above it, and then it gets clearer and it's an assault rifle with 217 on it.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, what? And I think
Yeah.
that'll be explained later on, and it never is. And
No, yeah, I didn't get that.
I've done some
Other
like
than the
googling,
time,
but
obviously.
I've done some googling, and everyone said it's just meant to signify that the children are now weapons. And I was like,
Oh, okay.
okay, that's a stretch. Like that's not an
Yeah.
easy connection.
But they're
Um,
not weapons either, are they?
well, they can be. Obviously, the people were being used more as weapons. She was more using the kids
Yeah.
as energy, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
That's like that's the one thing they didn't explain to me that I wanted more of in terms of like why was
why
she
she had to
ill?
do this?
Like,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, because obviously she's saying like she can't go to the hospital, she can't be cured in this way, or she needs to do this to live, obviously. But why? Why is she dying? Like, she's obviously not. Is she just dying of old age and doing this brings her back her youth, which is quite often the case with like witches.
yeah.
I've seen it in Game of Thrones with a witch. Can't remember her name now, but she's like 200 years old, but she's really young in the film because of her abilities and stuff. So is that the case with this, that she's just doing it to get her youth back and she's just dying of old age, or is she actually sick and got something wrong with her where she has to do this ritual?
I thought it was cool how obviously when she meets Alex and she's getting the parents under control, she's forcing him to watch what she's doing because she
Yeah,
wants him to
and then he
know
learned.
that I can like this is how powerful I am. This
Yeah,
is what I
she
can
can
do
do
if
what
you
she
fuck
wants.
up. And it actually comes up to bite her because he now knows exactly what to do
Yeah,
to fuck
sadly.
you up.
Yeah, I did like that. Yeah,
Um, a bit
maybe
of a
I'm being a
stretch
bit
that he
too
would do it
harsh.
that quick, but
Yeah, maybe like talking through it and then going over the points. Maybe there's probably parts that I forgot about that. Yeah, I
you
did
didn't like.
find those bits. No, like there were
Oh,
parts
okay.
I did like more. In terms of like you with the bowl bit as well, I forgot. I did find that bit quite that that bit funny. So maybe I'm being a bit harsh and potentially would enjoy this more going into it a second time, knowing exactly what type of film it is.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's an interesting one.
When one more thing I want to go for when Julia's shopping for alcohol because she's clearly
Yeah,
going towards alcoholic anyway, as you would if you've got the whole town against you. And there's a woman like chasing her like from behind.
yeah. See, I like that bit because it
I
goes
thought,
silent.
yeah, and I thought it
Yeah,
was going to be one of the parents who just wanted to fuck her up. And obviously,
yeah,
it's the wife of the guy she's having an
yeah,
affair with.
yeah.
Um,
And she's like, I didn't fuck him. And then you see his
she
point of
did.
view and it just goes straight into him having sex with her. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was. I really enjoyed it. I'm not saying it's. I've not seen all the horror films. I still think it's weird. I think this is probably a better film in terms of like direction and stuff than The Monkey.
Yeah.
But I think The Monkey is one of the funniest films I've seen in a long time. I went into that film, well, not knowing fully it was going to be that funny, but expected more comedy elements and getting that from it. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
that film just hit for me at the right time. It was just I really found it funny. If I watched them both back, I'd probably lean towards Weapons. I think because I think maybe not. Maybe I'm because it's recency bias. I'm going towards Weapons, but I'd like to watch them both again to see. Because at the moment, I'd say I preferred the Monkey.
Yeah. I
You obviously
obviously
do as well,
definitely
yeah.
prefer the monkey. Um, but yeah, maybe like if I go back into this film with low expectations of it being the horror film of the year, super scary, maybe my score and opinion of it will change in line with what I now know. Um, but yeah, obviously at the time, the monkey, I knew sort of what film that was going to be. When you've got like you already know it's going to be a bit silly when you've got like a monkey that's killing people, basically. That's a stuffed toy. So you already know going into that film it might be a bit silly and stuff. Whereas with this, like I say with the trailer, I didn't get that thought from it
Yeah.
from the trailer. So yeah, maybe I will watch this again to see what I thought. But yeah, like I say, obviously there's been so many good horror films. Like if you compare this to Bring Her Back, I think Bring Her Back is better and should be a higher score. And that's definitely one I want to watch again. And same, obviously, same with Together. I thought Together was better than this. And again, another one I want to watch to sort of get more understanding of it. But yeah, it is tricky.
And I sometimes think, obviously, we're reviewing this literally days after watching it. I think sometimes you need to sit
The
with a
more you think
film,
about it,
marinate it, like let it marinate in
yeah,
your head, and like you say, rewatch it again or something. So the quicker you do a review, the more kind of what's the word, like almost sporadic the review is. And like you say, we're talking about things. You go, oh yeah, actually I did like that bit. Actually I did like that bit. Like
yeah, yeah,
you've not things you've just come out of it and thought, nah, shit, the ending shit, and then all of a sudden the film shit because you don't like the ending,
yeah,
and then you go back and you're
yeah,
like, actually, and it's the same
yeah.
for me. There's going to be bits that still can't remember. Like, oh, there was a bit when you can tell I like this film. I'm talking about so many different bits, but when Julia's waiting outside the house to see if anything changes, and obviously she falls asleep, and the mum comes out like running in the T pose. I was like, oh, here we go. But she just sneaks in and cuts
Oh,
her hair
oh, yeah,
because
yeah, yeah,
the witch has obviously told
yeah,
her just get a bit of hair for me because I need it for the ritual. Obviously, at the time you don't know
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So when she cuts her hair, I was like, what?
No, yeah,
What are you trying to do
yeah.
here?
Yeah, that I did find that a bit creepy because you like it,
It's
again. It
silent
goes
again.
they
Yeah,
yeah they love doing this in this film. I think they've done it when she was walking in the school as well. She was in her dream,
in a dream, yes.
and
Yeah.
yeah, going through the hallway, it's like all silent, and then she goes into the classroom. But yeah, where it's so silent, you then hear the back of the car open up the boot, and it's like, oh, fuck, they're in the car
I
now,
thought she was going to stab
and
her or something.
yeah, you're expecting something to happen, and then she's got scissors, and like yeah, like you say, just cuts her hair and goes away, and it's like, okay, what's that for? But yeah, obviously you find out later. But
Yeah, I was
no,
really
no,
hoping she was going to run up to the car and just start smashing the window, and obviously it would have gone on
that's
to the
what I
whole
thought.
scene. Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't realize. I think that scene showed how much control
oh yeah,
she had over them as
yeah,
well. In terms of like they don't just go and attack people. She can actually command them to do what she wants them to do.
yeah.
Obviously, the bit with the parents as well when they're just stabbing each other themselves with the forks and stuff.
Hmm.
Obviously, again, that shows how much control she can have,
She
and they
was.
don't just
I
go
thought
psycho.
again we said it in the non-spoiler bit. I thought she was so good as the witch. Like she was, especially when she was talking to Alex, and she was like, "I can do whatever I want. I can make them do this more. I can make them hurt each other, or I can make them eat each
Yeah,
other."
yeah,
But she said it was the delivery. I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, you're scary. Like you're intimidating."
yeah,
Obviously, the wig and stuff, the whole like kind of like ditzy lady kind of appeal was also quite clever because it made everyone else think she was harmless, like Benedict Wong.
yeah.
Um,
The you just remind me of things. Sorry, when she goes to the school
mm,
to see Benedict, and
yeah.
then you've got the other like teacher or PA like just like you're 2 o'clock's here, and she's like acting all strange about it, and then like obviously she
She walks
walks
in,
in.
you realise why. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I just don't get why they've done the bit in the woods. Going back to the bit in the woods, like why did they have her like waving like that?
that was very
I
random.
don't think that was.
Yeah.
I don't think they needed that. They could have just removed that, and then potentially that would have helped build up her character better as well than having her look like some crazy clown person waving.
Yeah, and I'm interested why they were having those dreams because the dreams were obviously quite kind of targeted. It felt like it was almost like
Yeah,
especially the Josh Brolin one. It kind of gave hints to as to where they actually were. Um, kind of, unless he was just clever enough to figure
yeah,
it out. Um, but what was I going to say? Like when the boy turned over and the face was like it was almost like clown face. I couldn't. I'd have
yeah.
to watch it now to see was it her face or was it just the
I,
kid with like makeup on?
I thought it showed him. Did it not show?
It did at
Or
first, but
was
then it
it?
changed. It changed like he was talking or something, then the face changed.
Yeah. Did because he was looking? Wasn't he looking at a picture? Oh, I can't remember now. But
Oh, the picture
yeah,
of the people disappeared. Yeah,
it'd be interesting to sort of read into those bits more to see
yeah,
what the actual meaning of those dreams were. Like you say, were they targeted? Were they linked more to? Was it because the teacher was linked to the kids? He was a parent. Is that why they was getting those dreams?
yeah,
Like, yeah, you obviously don't get those answers. It's up to the way that you want to interpret it, I guess.
yeah. Well, we've spent a good chunk of time on this, so I think we should move on. But obviously, it'd be cool to get Stephen's thoughts probably in a couple of weeks now. Um, do you know what you're
Yeah,
thinking,
I
like
have no
roughly?
idea.
No, okay, cool.
No, I don't. I don't know what way he's gone. I don't know because obviously you put in the chat you can't wait to talk about this, and
That could be either
I
way.
don't know because I don't know if it's because he thought it was shit, and then we're obviously having this conversation. You thought it was good. It's makes for a more interesting debate on it, or whether he enjoyed it and knew I was going to hate it or something. I don't know.
Well, he's the horror expert, and he's the one who always, like, when we come in saying, "Oh, it wasn't what we expected" or whatever, he's the one who always says there's a massive spectrum of horror movies. It's not all supposed to be the scariest thing in the world.
Yeah, no,
So he should
yeah,
like this film, in my opinion. But we'll see. It's not for everyone. As well, it is sort of majority, and it's got 97% or whatever it was. So
yeah.
95.
It's slowly dropping.
Yeah, yeah, but it's 90s. Imagine if
It's, yeah,
someone
it's
kept
not
this for
going to go below
Letterboxd
90.
game.
I know, but again, I don't know how much information was out there at the time that we
No,
was researching it. There definitely wouldn't be in a trailer. A lot of the times, the trailers come out of nowhere, and then it's like this year. It's like fucking hell.
yeah,
I haven't seen anything before this year, and it comes out in like 2 weeks' time or something. It's like, yeah, some films don't have a lot of marketing or build up, do they?
no, especially a year out. Um, okay, well, let's move on to what we've been watching. There's not much to talk about here. We haven't watched much other than Weapons, but I have watched The Amateur, which is,
Oh, okay, the Rami Malek one.
yes, it's now on Disney Plus. I was pleasantly surprised. I think we're getting to that time of the year now where some of the 2025 releases are going to start coming out on these services,
Yeah,
which is good. So I watched that, and it's a good movie. It's a good movie. I'd give it like a seven, probably.
yeah,
I think at the end of the day, if you ask me about it this time next year, I won't remember much about it. It's not the most memorable film in the world, um, but it's good. I like Rami Malek a lot, and he's very good in this.
yeah,
It
yeah.
also has, oh God, I always forget his name. The Punisher,
Oh, okay, John something.
Berthnell. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
his name.
that sounds right. He's going to
Um,
be in the new Doomsday movie.
yes, and Odyssey, uh, with
Yeah, and
Christopher
obviously,
Nolan.
yeah,
Yeah, um,
yeah.
he's in this, and it's, without spoiling it, he's in the beginning, and then he's not in it for ages, and then when he reappeared,
Okay,
because he had not been in it so long, I was like, oh shit, he's in this film, and I was like, oh, of course
I've
he's in
never
the
seen it.
beginning, yeah. um,
That's funny.
but he's cool, and there's a few other characters like Lawrence Fishburne, a few other people. It's a good movie.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a I can't say much about it without spoiling it because the main plot of the story is basically a spoiler. I don't know if you know it or if it's in
They
the advert, but
No, they did. They do. I think they did show it in the trailer or in the description of the film. They do say what it's about because I haven't seen it. I know exactly what it's about. It's obviously it is in the trailer.
yeah, he's
Like
trying to get revenge for something that happens.
yeah, but he's not a typical action person, so you has to think all these smart ways to do it. Because he's like a more
Yeah,
of a
but I like the way they do it because they kind of make him, again, without spoiling things, but he's almost like the backbone of the CIA without knowing so. Like he's
yeah,
so
and they
clever and
don't
he's so
realize
good at
that.
his job that
Yeah,
they rely on him more than they realize. And then when he's kind of gone off the grid and they're trying to get him,
yeah,
they realize, oh shit, he's so good that
yeah,
he knows what we're doing and he's thinking 20 steps ahead.
yeah.
But again, he's not a natural born killer, so like he has to. It shows how he deals with those ways, and it is good. And it is a good story. But I think at the end of the day, it's just going to be one of those films that gets left
It's
behind
just
and
a
forgotten.
classic.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like just a classic action film. Like that. That's what I'm talking about with trailers and like the way that they describe films. You go into that film know exactly what it's about. Well, I would. I don't know if you knew anything about it before watching it.
no,
Um, but yeah, because I'd seen the trailers before and potentially was going to watch that one at cinema. It's a film that I'd go in knowing exactly what it's about, and I'd come out getting what I wanted from it, sort of thing.
yeah.
And yeah, you probably wouldn't rewatch it.
What I would say, and I think when I
It's,
reviewed Black Bag, I said I really like Black Bag, but I could have done with it being like another 15 or so minutes longer.
yeah,
This is the kind of length I wanted from Black Bag. This is like 2 hours, maybe. I actually think
okay,
Amateur could have been slightly shorter, but it wasn't like too long or anything. Um, but Black Bag has so much style and so much good things happening that I just wanted a little bit more of it,
yeah, yeah,
just a bit more time with the characters. Whereas this was probably the right length for this kind of film, maybe just slightly shorter. Um, but no, it's a good film. I would say give it a watch. I don't think.
Oh, if it's on Disney, I will. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be one of those films you come back saying, "Oh my god, it's one of my favorite films ever." Um,
yeah, I know
but
what you mean.
but it's a good film. But you have watched more Dexter Resurrection.
Yes, I've watched. Obviously, the episode 6 came out on Friday, so I'm up to date with it, and yeah, I'm loving it. The ending for the last episode that I just watched was I watched it today. It was quality. I didn't see it coming. It was a really good ending to that episode.
Do you know how many episodes it's going to be?
I think there's 10. I'm pretty sure I read
Okay.
there was 10. But I also saw an article. So obviously they're doing Original Sin season 2,
Oh,
and
cool.
and it's gonna pretty sure there's gonna be a Resurrection season 2. But they're both the way that they're doing it. They're gonna link them both in together. I don't know how, but there'll be obviously like maybe flashbacks in Original Sin from Resurrection. So I'm excited now that they've got two
Isn't that
TV
wouldn't that
shows
be a
going
flash
like
forward?
a flash forward. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. Um, so, but I'm excited to see what they do with having two TV shows on the go. One set before the whole of Dexter,
The
one
main
set after
series, yeah, yeah.
Dexter. Like, yeah, they've probably got so much creative ability with that. Um, and so far, like I thought it started off a bit slow, but maybe I was just getting back into the swing of things with Dexter. But as it's progressed on this season, yeah, it's really cool and seeing like the links back to the other sort of serial killers throughout seasons 1 to 8. It's quality. I'm loving it. You definitely need to get around to watching it
It's
before you
high
see
on
any
my
spoilers.
it's high on my list. We need to watch Original Sin, obviously. Um, but we rewatched Dexter this year, like kind of hoping to watch these, but then
Yeah,
we kind of just stopped after watching New Blood. It's called New Blood, yeah.
New Blood. Yeah, yeah,
Which I
yeah.
did really like actually. I thought that was quite a good season. So yeah, we will get around to it at some point. We'd rather it to be finished. Um, but yeah, one thing that we're watching before that, Andy. I don't know if you watched this show. It's called, well, you will know what it's called. Wednesday.
Oh yeah, I haven't. I started watching season 1, but never got into it. But it's one of those shows I want to go back and watch because I might actually enjoy it. But yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know
because
if
it's kind
season
of that
two's started so
fantasy-ish
well.
kind of world, isn't it? So you'd probably like it. Um,
Yeah,
we really liked season one when it came out. We watched it kind of in between a house move, so we didn't have internet when we watched it. If we had downloaded them on an iPad and watched half of them on like an iPad, like on the
okay.
sofa, so we've got good
Yeah.
memories of that. But obviously now up and running, and yeah, we watched episode one today. It's good so far. It ended on a cliffhanger. Makes you want to know more about where the
Okay.
season's going. But yeah, it's good. It's not my favorite thing in the world. And sometimes it. Well, one thing this show season two should have done is done a bit of a when they do on last time, what happened on last season, like a little brief reminder.
Yeah, recap. Yeah,
It just went
they didn't do
straight
that.
in, and I was like, oh,
Oh,
hang
really?
on, like who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Who the
That
fuck are
that's
you?
like especially with Netflix, that's like the normal that they do. Even when, oh no, I'm watching on Paramount. I was going to say with Dexter, I'd get a bloody recap every time, but
I bet
I
on
swear
episode two I
Netflix do
get a
that.
recap of episode one,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't
Well, they
want that.
usually
I want
do a last
season
season
one.
recap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think what we might do before watching episode two is go on YouTube and see if there's like a recap or
yeah. There's got to be a
something.
recap. Yeah,
Um, there's a few characters where we're like, okay, we know you were in season one, but I don't remember. Like, I just don't remember
yeah.
anything.
Don't remember. Yeah,
Um, which is, I guess, something you can say is a bad thing about the show is that we don't remember anything, like very little. Like
the
Tay was saying things, I
the
was like, oh
problem.
yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, the problem with TV shows now is like how long ago did season 1 come out? How long
22,
have you had to wait? So that yeah, so you've
3
waited
years, yeah.
3 years for season 2 to come out. You're gonna, even if you really enjoyed it, it was good, you are naturally gonna forget things about it,
It's why we watch
especially if
Stranger
you've only
Things
watched it
again.
that once. Yeah, I think Stranger Things is obviously on a different level.
Yes.
Like there's certain parts I've probably forgotten about Stranger Things, but the overall story and what's happening with each character, I sort of know,
Hmm.
especially the main characters. There might be a few side characters I've forgotten about. But yeah, the quality of Stranger Things I think is on another level that you essentially don't need to rewatch it to know what's happening. But
No. But yeah, we're going to continue to watch Wednesday. I think it's out in two different sections. So there's 4 episodes out now,
okay,
and then I don't know when maybe a month
and
or
then part
something.
2 comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, I,
Netflix love doing that as well, don't they? Releasing in parts.
Yeah, I think I prefer the Disney model of doing weekly, um, like what they did with your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man this year, Daredevil, where you can watch it weekly. I say that, and we prefer to binge things, but the problem with binging shows is that the conversation's done. Like once you've watched it, it's over. Whereas if it's a weekly thing, you're talking about it for weeks, and like you get
Yeah,
excited. You go to work. Oh, how do you watch it? Like that good. That bit was good. That bit was
yeah.
good. Then you get excited for the next one. Whereas this is just, have you watched it? Oh yeah, I'm on episode 3. Oh, we can't talk to you then because we spoil things, and it's like I don't know.
I get what you mean. I I, I like it's weird because I like both ways because when you haven't got a lot of time, and then you've only got one episode weekly, you don't have to think, oh shit, I need to make time to watch
Yeah,
multiple episodes. So it works well in that favor, and obviously works well for the streaming platforms because then they get people signing up for
longer.
more months to finish the show. But then there's also points where, like today, obviously, if I wasn't playing Mafia hungover, I'd be in bed just watching something. If I was watching a TV show that I was really enjoying, like if all of Dexter was out, I would have easily binge watched the rest of Dexter, for example. So I think there's like positives and negatives to both ways of doing it. Um, but yeah, I think especially now with the podcast, it is a lot better having weekly episodes, especially with like new TV shows coming out.
Yeah.
It just allows you to manage both watching stuff and gaming or whatever other hobbies and interests you might have. Um, and yeah, obviously we've got Alien starting this week as well. So
Yes, which again is 2 episodes. Then 2 episodes initially, which I actually quite like that concept as
yeah,
well. Um,
yeah, they always do that on
yeah,
Disney, don't
and
they?
then drip feed one a week, which is perfect. Um, I'm really looking forward to that. The reviews are very good on that, so very much looking forward to
Yeah,
that.
it's I'm very excited for that. Did you see they obviously don't know them yet, but they've announced like 3 or 4 cast members to attend the Comic Con that I'm going to in November
From Alien
from the new
Earth.
show.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So they've got a bunch of the old people, and then yeah, they've announced about 3 or 4 people from Alien Earth. So yeah, be interesting to watch this if I like it.
Old people from the Alien franchise.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
There
cool.
seems to be a whole alien theme going on
That's cool. They're
with it.
probably just trying to take advantage of the show coming out.
Yeah, probably.
Extra promo. Um, you haven't watched anything else, have you, this week?
I don't think so. I was trying to think earlier to see if I like would watch any movies, but no, obviously been a busy
Gaming week.
gaming week for me. So yeah, just Dexter and Weapons, obviously.
I mean, one of those games is basically a movie anyway. Um,
Yeah, pretty much. Both of them pretty much are.
I've finished. Well, the reason we're watching Wednesday now is because we finished Inbetweeners, which is obviously
Oh,
very
okay,
quick to
yeah.
watch. There's only 6 episodes per season, so it's 18 episodes in total, which is like
It's
that's like
crazy to think
three
how
quarters
short
of
it
a
is.
yeah 3/4 of a Grey's Anatomy season, like one season of Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah,
Um, it's hilarious. I mean, I still stand by the best episode is the fish one, episode 1 of season 2. It's just
yeah, yeah,
pure comedy gold. But there's a lot of good sequences, and there's the one where they go up to the Simon gets a girlfriend, then he goes up to university with the girlfriend's sister. Um,
yeah,
it's just so funny. It's so funny. Um, we're gonna watch the movie at some point, so I can review it on here. Um, when that happens, I don't know because it's obviously a bit more of a time commitment for us. But
yeah. I definitely need to go back and rewatch Inbetweeners because Beth likes it as well. So I know she'll definitely want to watch that with me.
it's
And
so
it's like
quick.
it's one of those shows. Yeah, but it's one of those shows that when you think about it, you think like it's like Friends where it's got like 10 seasons or something, but it hasn't. But it's just because like every moment's so funny,
Yeah,
it's just that good.
it's
Yeah,
literally 18 episodes, which is mental when you think about it. Um,
yeah, I could watch that next weekend.
yeah, and they're like 25 minutes. Obviously, we're watching on the is it 4OD, whatever it is,
Yeah,
the app for Channel 4. Um,
yeah.
and there's adverts through your ear rolls that constantly. You have them at the beginning, then you have them halfway through.
Oh,
So
yeah,
it
I hate
actually
that.
takes a little bit longer than it would if you had it on like a DVD or something. You'd fly through this.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but it's well worth watching again just to remind yourself of funny moments. It's all good and well seeing them on TikTok, but seeing it for the whole
It's not the
episode
same.
is it's better.
Yeah.
Um, the only other thing I've been watching is Toy Story because my son is addicted. I think I've watched Toy Story 1, 2, 3, and 4 about 20 times in the last 2 weeks. And I
Oh,
mean
wow.
all four of them that many times.
Yeah,
So on days that we're like he's at home, like some obviously goes to nursery a few days a week. But on days where we're at home and he's at home, it's literally put Toy Story 1 on, then put Toy Story 2
Yeah.
on, then put Toy Story. It literally, we go through all four in a day. It's mental.
You're
Um,
lucky they're good films.
it's better than the crap he was watching on YouTube. He used to like something called The
Yeah.
Wiggles. And it's random. Like, my daughter's got her granddad bought her the toys, like Woody, Buzz, Jesse, and Bullseye, years ago,
Yeah, yeah.
maybe 2 years ago. And we just found them in a toy box every week, and we thought, oh, let's get them out again. And from that moment, my son has like latched onto them. They're his favorite toys, they're not even his,
I love that.
and just wants to watch Toy Story. So it's getting to the point where they're talking on the film, and I'm reciting what's going to say next, like
Yeah,
way
you're quoting the
before.
movie.
And I'm like, oh man, I need
But
to watch something else.
you might be able to go to the cinema this year then, because they're bringing back Toy Story 1 this year.
Are they?
Yeah,
I
I think
think he
it's in
might be too
September.
young. What do you reckon? One and a half? I don't know. I have to remember when I took my daughter for the first time. Even for her, we went to see Lilo and Stitch, obviously, and about an hour
Yeah,
in, she was getting like, "When are we leaving?" I'm like, oh,
bit agitated.
"Yeah."
Yeah.
But he would love to see that. And next year, Toy Story 5, or was it 2 years time?
No, it's next year. Next year, because it was on that picture we sent over
Talking of
of
films
all
we've got
the
for the Rotten
great.
Tomatoes game, mate.
Yeah, no, that's like this year compared to next year, and how many films we've already got coming out next year. Just like on that poster that had all the films on, it's like what film do we choose as our number one? Because there's so many great films already announced for next year, and there's going to be obviously a ton more before we get around to our game.
So it says June, so it's less than a year away. Um,
Yeah,
have you seen what the concept
yeah.
of the film is?
No, I haven't watched or read anything on it.
So obviously, Toy Story 1 is Buzz joins and Woody and Buzz don't get on, whatever.
Oh, I think I did see it. It's like loads. There's like loads of buzzes again, isn't there? I think so.
I think you're right, but that's not what the film's about. I think I did see that. Um,
Yeah.
but this one is about an iPad or like a tablet. So you know,
Oh,
there's always
okay.
like a something.
That
Like
makes
in number
sense.
three, it's the teddy bear who you think is nice, but he's not.
Yeah.
But it's basically going to be how the tablet is taking over the kid's life rather than the toys, and the toys are getting forgotten.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a really good idea.
But
Really good idea
it
to
is
do
a good
that.
idea because it is obviously relevant
To what
and
happens,
yeah,
yeah.
keeping it modern. Speaking of Toy Story, I haven't opened it yet, but they brought out a bunch of new Funko Pops for Toy Story, and so I ordered. You can get Sid holding Buzz and Woody,
Oh, that's cool.
Andy holding Buzz and Woody, and then I got oh what's the guy who like steals Woody and then tries to like fix
Oh,
him?
ow. I know this because I've
Al,
watched
yeah,
Toon
so I
Number
got Al,
so many times.
yeah, and then the alien with the claw. So yeah,
Oh, that's
I've
cool.
bought
Very
those.
cool. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm going into Toy Story 5 knowing exactly what's happened in all four films. So,
Yeah,
uh,
you'll be fine watching that.
yeah, just talk about them. Four is definitely the worst of the three, which
Oh
means
yeah,
going for five and the Rotten Tomatoes game isn't a guaranteed hit. Although,
no,
what did four get?
I've already said like a lot of people say Toy Story should have ended after three and just had the one to three
The original trilogy
filmed.
is almost unmatched. It's
Yeah,
unbelievable. Oh, Toy Story 4's got a 96, mate.
wow, I didn't think it was going to be that high. What's
Hang
the
on.
audience score? I bet it's got a low audience score though.
It has a score of 94.
What audience score?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't. You know, maybe I will go for Toy Story 5.
Toy Story 3, Rotten Tomato
It's got,
critic of 98,
oh, wow,
audience
I
of
did not think
90,
4 was going to be.
lower than
Damn, that's
4.
crazy.
Hang on,
I didn't think 4 was going to be that high. Like,
do you want to guess Toy Story 2's critic score?
what did 3 get? 98, did you
Yeah,
say? I mean, it's got to be higher than that, surely.
I love
Maybe
3.
98 as well.
100.
100, wow. Toy Story 1's got to be 100 then.
Audience of 87.
What, number 2?
Yeah, so 4's currently the
Oh, wow.
favorite. Toy Story
1's
1,
got to be 100.
hundred
That's
as
good.
well.
Yeah, I was going to
Wow.
say.
You picked Toy Story 5 next
That's,
year, you're guaranteed a 90.
you'd like to think
You're
so, unless they
guaranteed a
flop it
90.
really bad. Yeah.
Um, and it's got an audience of 92. So according to the audience,
Yeah.
which is ridiculous, it
Cool.
goes 4, 1, 3, 2. Which is
That's
just that's
crazy.
just not right. That's just not right.
No, that's not right. One
Yeah,
should be top.
man, that's interesting. That is very interesting.
That has changed things because in my head, without even looking, I thought, oh, Toy Story 4 was probably in the 70s
Or
in
like
terms
low
of like,
80s, yeah.
yeah, or like 80s. I knew the other three would be in the 90s, but
Yeah, let's
yeah,
not
that
let's
being
not tell
that
Stephen about
high.
this.
Yeah, yeah. Well, technically, if he listens to the podcast, he'll know.
He'll
So if he
know,
doesn't
yeah.
listen,
We'll
yeah,
see.
it's
We'll
his
see
own
if he
fault.
mentions it. This is your
Yeah.
test, Stephen, to see how if you're listening or not.
Uh,
Cool. Anything else to talk about before we wrap it up?
um, no, no, haven't watched anything else.
What's your next cinema
Just
trip?
yeah, it will be well. Technically booked in at the moment is Together. Will
Okay.
be the next one, but we might go during the week to watch Freakier Friday. Um, I know it hasn't got the
Yeah.
best scores and stuff, but obviously there's a lot of nostalgic to that film.
Yep.
So we might book that one in before. We've got a Screen Unseen booked in for the end of August, so I think that's going to be The Conjuring, based on what films are out at the
Do
time.
you not think it's gonna be him? Is that too late? Oh no, because him's like I sent
No,
you a
that's
text, didn't I? It's
yeah,
October
because
for us.
I'm pretty sure that changed because I think originally we did debate that it might be him. It was slightly further away than The Conjuring, but thought potentially it could be. But then when you put that in, I was like, oh fucking hell, they must have moved it. So it's definitely not going to be that because that's like 2 months away. Um, so I think the only other thing that it would have been before we got the ratings would be The Long Walk, but The Long Walk's being rated like a 15, and then this is an 18, or like the other way around. The rating took it out of the question basically.
Interesting, because I wouldn't really call that horror from the trailer.
What? Which one? Oh, what, The
The
Long
Long
Walk?
Walk, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen the trailer. It
Really?
just
It's on every
I
fucking
just
time I go
I just
cinema.
yeah, I've never seen it. I keep seeing Life of Chuck pop up. So might watch that as well. But yeah, I haven't seen anything on it. Just I just see it says horror on it. So
Yeah.
but yeah,
Interesting.
might be one of those ones that I class more as a thriller.
Yeah. Cool. Well, before we go, Andy, do you want to let everyone know where they can follow you?
Yes, please. So you can find me over on Twitch at Andy_White_07. And I actually have been screaming. Talk about horrors. Streaming the last few days. So yeah, the fans demanded it in the Discord, said, can you stream the end to Expedition and Mafia? I thought, fuck it, why not? So yeah, did stream the end into Expedition 33 the other day, and then I've been streaming Mafia um last 2 days. Yeah, Saturday and Sunday. And then you can also find me over on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at either AB Collectibles or AB Collectibles 24. And we did upload a video today on YouTube of our giveaway win. So yeah, you want to see the unboxing to what we got, then go check that out. And you can also see our cool setup with Harry Potter related stuff on Instagram. Thank you very much.
Thanks again for tuning in to the Late Night Movie Podcast. If you enjoyed the episode, please do give us a follow, leave a rating, and tell a friend about us, as word of mouth goes a long, long way. You can follow us on all social medias on the handle the LNG Pod, and be sure to join our Discord community using the link in the podcast description. Next week, we are picking out our favourite movies from 2005 to 2009. Already recorded that one. It feels weird talking about it, even though we did it about a week ago. But that'll be
Yeah.
up next week for to enjoy. A lot of good films in those years, so it'll be interesting to see what we think. Until then, I've been your host, Welchy, and my guest, singular, this week has been Andy.
Yeah, thank you guys. It's been a pleasure. It's always an interesting conversation when we have different opinions on the film that we've watched. So yeah, it's been a good one, and maybe changed my mind slightly. Maybe my score will go up next episode. But yeah, thank you for having me on.
Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next week.